What is up, YouTube? That's here. I'm back playing more VGC 2023 Regulation C content. Today we're using a super cool Sunroom team submitted by Michael in my official Patreon submission post. Oh my gosh, someone just followed the channel when I'm not even streaming. I'm not streaming. This is just the same overlay I use to record my videos. This is just your reminder to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Holy moly, look at that segue. Look at this. This is the official Patreon team submission post. If you guys want me to take a look at your teams, fix them, and do the very best I can to make them the best teams they can be for Regulation C. Even the lowest tier, the $2 tier, I'll do my best to take a look at it. We're going to fix all these teams this month. And like I said, this team is submitted by Michael. They said, hey dude, thanks for doing this. I had to edit the post. They actually, you can go and re-edit your post if you upgrade your team over the course of like the week or two that I'm going to spend working on these. But they really liked Sunroom, right? And they wanted to make a team with Farigiraf Armortail, which I think is one of like the best Pokemon in the format right now. They were using Brute Bonnet instead, but they switched to Lilligant, which is a great upgrade. Sunroom is good. Lilligant's one of the best Pokemon in the game. And they had really, really good descriptions for every single one of the Mons and their roles in the team. So again, their rental team, or their Pokepaste, is going to be right here. They have a standard Lilligant, they have a standard Torkoal, but it's weird that they actually have points in speed on that min-speed Torkoal. I think we could probably move that around a little bit. You either want to be really slow, or you actually do want speed on Torkoal to make sure you're outspeeding other things in Torkoal's relative speed tier. Farigiraf, I think, could be optimized as well. Murkrow, I feel like it's a good Mon, but I actually don't think you need Murkrow. Like, what are you hazing? Is it Dozo? Because Lilligant Cole has like a really good match against Dozo. So those are some slight things I think might be able to be optimized. But other than that, this is a great rental. We're probably going to win a bunch of games with it. Lily Cole is really, really good. And I really like the Charcoal Protect Torkoal. When you're using a Torkoal that doesn't have a specs on it, and like, you know, we're using a Charcoal one here. I've used Life Orb in the past. You're able to weave in those protects, and it creates so many good little micro flowcharts you can do to play super greedy with Lilligant, fishing for multiple sleep powders, and then going for after you place once their Pokemon are asleep. So really, really cool team, and I'm very excited to use it. Wish me luck. Here we go. All right, a little bit of Dozo, Tatsu, Glimmora, Woshen. I actually think against a lot of these things, I think Lilycole actually is a good lead a lot of the time, or at least leading Lilligant. Lilligant can be really good against some of this stuff, and then the Woshen gets melted by an Eruption. They don't have Fake Out, they don't have Redirection, so there's no reason why we don't lead Lilycole here. And even against like a Dozo, you can just put the Dozo to sleep. It'd force Grass Tera, and if they're Grass Tearing, and we see the Dozo Tatsu lead, we just click Sleep Powder plus Eruption. You can't stop both, right? You'd have to go like Grass Tera, Earthquake, chunk the Lilligant, and then after that, I would probably just bring out something like the Glimmora. And then I'm thinking what I want in the back. I think you have to bring out the Specs Flutter in the back. Cool. So we got the exact right monster for this. Tinglu could be an issue, but Tinglu's normally go like Poison Tera, or, you know, they usually go Poison Tera, maybe Fairy Tera I've seen. I prefer the Flying Tinglu for the little Fisher Mirrors. So again, all things that aren't really problematic here. But they do have that double Ruin Core of like big damage mitigation. It's just kind of weird that they have like Tinglu with like Glimmora and Flutter. That just makes their own Mons weaker. So we're going to see what they want to get done here. I think we should be in a good enough spot. I want to check our Glimmora's EV spread right here, which we can see right here. And so we do have access to that Sludge Bomb on the big stab if we need it. We have the big access to Power Gem, Energy Ball, all that good stuff if we need it. Our Torkoal doesn't have 0 Ivies and speed. We're not really going to... It's not going to matter this much, but against like an Amoonguss, it normally would matter. And so we're just going to go into this one. Look at me, filling up that dead space with showing the EVs. Good stuff, right? Good stuff. Professional YouTuber out here. Drop a like. Appreciate it. So let's see. Glimmora and Flutter. Now, in this exact situation, the Flutter's going to get a Protosynthesis. It doesn't really matter what stat it's going to be going to. Speed's going to get boosted. So as long as we're not getting Icy and Wind Noob, we're fine. I kind of want to go for like a turn 1 Sleep Powder into the Glimmora with a Protect Torkoal. People never expect to Protect Torkoal here. And then next turn, we can go Sleep Powder into the Flutter and pop an Eruption, right? And this is good for a couple reasons. If that Glimmora wants to go Grass, next turn, we're going to pop off super, super hard. They'd have to be doubling into Lilligant, and even if they did that, we could just send out our Flutter and probably be fine. So Protect Torkoal, the tech. We do have to hit this. Maybe I should have went for the Leaf Storm, but I like the Sleep Powder. I like the Sleep Powder here. All right. Big nap time. You see its eyes go from big to small, and it doesn't really matter. Shadow Ball and Lilligant is the correct play from them here. They're probably Power Gem the Torkoal and going to this Lilligant spot. Now, in this spot, even if they're sashed, I still feel like we're in a good enough spot to go after you Eruption. We could go for the Sleep Powder, though. Oh, it's so greedy to go for the Sleep Powder. It's so greedy, because they're sashed, right? Dude, they're so sashed. I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder. So, you ever seen anyone so greedy in your entire life? It's me. I don't actually need to, we don't need a Tera right now. If they wake up and like power jumps, we'd lose anyways. So, Sleep Powder with the hit! Yo, please get more than a 1-turn sleep on this Glimmora for my greed. The greed that I need to succeed, survey says. Oh my gosh, yo, call me, that's a +1, sometimes lucky. Oh my gosh, yo. And next turn, if we have to double dip and go Tera, we can't. So like next turn, this is also kind of like baiting them to stay in. Oh, is that like a red card? That's sick. Red card's my tech. That's my tech for the IC. Yo, shout out to the question of the day. I was gonna play a team that had red card Glimmora. I think it's really, really good. Flutter comes out here. I think this is like very low-key fine. We get a special attack boost, which is not as impactful. We do need to start respecting their Glimmora a little bit, so I will Leaf Storm it. I think that'll get the KO. It's neutral. And I'm sure they're red card. They weren't vested. All right, cool. Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, just deal them out. Make sure, double dip these. Yeah, Dazzling Gleam plus that would definitely get the KO. So Leaf Storm misses the Leaf Storm. Yo, I'm the only person in the world that will hit every single Sleep Powder, but I will miss every Leaf Storm. Ever. And you're like, why did you use Solar Beam? They can't use Solar Beam, man. Can't be doing that. So hopefully we get more than a 1-turn sleep here. Nope, unlucky. Unlucky. Oh, so unlucky. And the punish, the massive punish, the KO on the wall again, and the poison into our Flutter. How unlucky. How unlucky can you get if you're me? That being said, they are going to lose that Mon next turn. They can leave in a Protect, but Torkoal's like basically hot garbage here. Bring in our Glimmora. They could have Dozo still in the back. That's the issue. Like, that's the thing that really sucks about this. We're going to go our Glimmora, which I feel like this is just like Dozo's just going to absolutely mess us up. Damn it. All right. I mean, that sucks. Isn't that... That's so unfortunate, man. That's so... We played it so well, right? We played it so well. We have to go Tera here. We have to go Energy Ball into that. We're just going to try our best to do the most amount of damage that we can in this situation. 1-turn sleeps. Off of a Leaf Storm miss! Oh well. Let's see what happens. If they want to go Grass Tera or Steel Tera Dozo to stop this, we have Torkoal, right? That's the idea behind this. So they're picking their poison here. They're pivoting in the Tatsu, obviously, so we're nuking that slot. And, like, you know why? We're 1 crit away from still winning. If they just want to stay and be regular Dozo and click like Earthquake, I still think we have some big shots here. We have the special attack boost on the Flutter from the Protosynthesis. It's not affected by the Unaware. Like, we have a lot of damage here still. Let's see if anyone's Terastallizing. I know we are. So let's see. Someone is. Is that me? Okay, so they're not Terastallizing. This is going to be a big energy ball. Like a big, big energy ball. The world's biggest energy ball. Dazzling Gleam. It's not going to do a ton, but it's going to do a decent amount. Oh, we got the crit though. We got it. Yo, sometimes lucky. Sometimes lucky. But yo, we take those. Get out of here, Dozo. Get out of here. Dude, all right. We're back to being lucky. We're back to being lucky. Oh man, that's funny. That's some funny stuff. So now we just win. Like we pin their Tatsu here. They could have Scarf Tatsu. But we have a pin on it. Let's see. The right play would be to. I think it's actually still the Energy Ball their Tatsu. Over like Sludge Bombing, they can go Steel, which like I've seen people go Steel Tera Tatsu before. So yeah, we're stuck using Dazzling here. Shumet Steel Tera. Battle was canceled. We'll take those wins. We went from massively lucky to massively unlucky, back to massively lucky, and we're gonna stay taking these wins. What a cool game. All right, little bit of Trick Room. I think this is a good matchup for Farigiraf. I think Farigiraf Flutter is like just a very, very good lead here. You can go for Suckers. We can always Terastallize away. This is just, and you can't even go for Suckers. I have Farigiraf, so this is a great lead. I'm still going to bring the Torkoal. This is one of those matchups where, like, our Torkoal has speed. It has 31 Ivies in speed, which I don't usually recommend. But but we'll see if that actually ends up making a difference. And then for the last Mon, I don't think it's wrong to bring Glimmora here in case we know we're gonna have to take damage from something. We can just pivot in, get one tick of those Toxic Spikes, and all those Mons, except for the King Gambit, really don't want to be poisoned. And they don't have a poison type of their own unless they want to go like Poison, Tera, Ting Lu to get rid of that. So we should be in a pretty good spot here. I think opening up Flutter is going to be very nice. We should heavily disincentivize hands. And then another thing as well is like, if they want to go Mimikyu, we can always just pivot out the Flutter for the Glimmora that first turn. If they want a Trick Room, we can imprison it. If they want to go for a Shadow Sneak though, or sorry, not Shadow Sneak, a Shadow Claw, or like a play up just to get our Flutter off the board, we don't have to let them do that. Like, we're in a really good spot here. I wonder though if we're going to see the King Gambit. And I wonder if it is King Gambit, if a Specs Mystical Fire one-shots it. Not with a Ting Lu on the board, I don't think. I do not think. That being said, are we gonna do it? Dude, I wonder if we just one-shot that Ting Lu. That'd be nuts, right? Could we one-shot Ting Lu? Like, does this just OHKO? Are you dead? I mean, bro, are you dead though? Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try it. If we just delete a Ting Lu, dude, we check a King Gambit with Torkoal. Like, we're good. No way, bro. No way this works. So this is gonna go Drought. This is a Protosynthesis boosted, so special attack boosted, Specs Fairy Tera. There's also a good shot there, Corto cleaving our Farigiraf slot. Just throwing that out there. Let's see it. I want to know how much damage this does. We're almost full special attack, by the way. We're like about 200 points. Moonblast into probably a vested Ting Lu. Oh, are you real, bro? Are you so, oh, we got so close. Oh, we're dead. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's all over. It's all over, boys. Oh man, that was so close, dude. Even if we took that trade there, that would have been fine. Throat chop. Dude, not Torkoal. Alright, let's actually think about this. Because, like, I don't think we're down and out yet. Because we go Hyper Voice, finish that off, Flamethrower. Even if we lose the Farigiraf, it's... we got shots. That's the thing. Which one of these is better to use? Dazzling Gleam is better to use here. I'm gonna Erupt. If you want to hit Torkoal, you can, but like, I think you're just hitting Farigiraf, right? And I'll take my big Eruption damage. I'll take the Eruption. If you want to hit Torkoal, you hit Torkoal. I wanted to do this. Cortocleave's gonna mess us up. Oh my gosh! Yo, we're holding! We have an advantage now. We are at advantage. Okay. What if they're like banded? Because I feel their team doesn't have anything to deal with the Torkoal now, right? Because our Torkoal outspeeds theirs, because we have speed investment. Oh, not like this for you, man. Oh my gosh, you were actually going to get this. I want to make sure the Torkoal actually has speed. No, so actually they got it wrong. It says right here that the Torkoal doesn't have speed, but I've been playing like it did, but like... the one they submitted is supposed to be 36, so you gotta submit the right teams, man. So now I gotta do stuff different. Now I gotta be different. And I don't really wanna be different. It's fine, I just have to do it like this. I don't wanna do this, but like, I would have liked to have clicked Eruption. Shadow Sneak, we got Armor Tail, boys! Armor Tail. Dazzling's gonna break that. And again, if I had that speed advantage here, I just would have clicked the Eruption and won the game. But like, it's a speed tie right now, which I don't want to deal with. Don't really want to deal with it. Yeah, see? You see what I mean? Oh, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. We're still holding. We're still holding with our Torkoal. Hopefully we can kill this Mimikyu, right? But man, if you're gonna be full speed, be full speed. And we get the burn. That's cool. All right, so we basically just win right now because what are you gonna do? What you gonna do? So what we do here is we send out our Glimmora. Glimmora seals up their Torkoal spot, and we just throw another flamethrower into their Mimikyu spot, and we're good to go. But still, I played the last 2 games thinking our Torkoal had speed. We lock that slot up easy peasy. Flamethrower locks up here in case they want to go with like a Protect Torkoal Trick Room to be able to underspeed and go for another Eruption. Not going to let that one happen. Shadow Sneak. You can Shadow Sneak my Torkoal. Doesn't do anything because you're burned. And even if you did, I'm Torkoal, so it's fine. Power Gem, big damage. Takes out the Torkoal. It feels so weird to me actually getting KOs with Power Gem and not getting a Beast Boost. That's literally how much Nihilego I've played. Like, I feel like Glimmora, Rock Poison, should always get a Beast Boost when it KOs something, right? Am I the only one? Let me know in the comments. I don't think I'm the only one that feels like, where's my Beast Boost now? I did all the work of surviving and getting a KO. I want my Beast Boost. Shenpao Magnezone. Huh. I wonder if that's Scarfape. It's weird to see Shenpao on that team because, like, those are all special attackers other than Tinkaton. Which, like, all of these also lose to Lilycole, so we just go Lilycole again. Flutter's still good with... I think you bring the Farigiraf here to be able to make it so you just can't get... not being able to get Fake Out is great. We can go for that little mix-up I was talking about if we really think they're going to go Fake Out turn 1. Or being able to stop Sucker Punch from the Shenpao, I think is actually really, really significant. And Farigiraf's, like, not terrible. You can even imprison... Let's see. There's nothing more than Prison on that side, but I think the Farigiraf is a decent mon. Glimmora is also okay, but I don't like Glimmora as much versus the Shenpao. Glimmora is also not that great into, like, Tinkaton, whereas, like, Farigiraf's probably just kind of okay. So... Gonna go into this one. I think being able to also like set a TR, if like let's say the first couple turns they go really, really big after the Lilligant and Torkoal's kind of just left on its own, I can go Protect Torkoal, send out the Farigiraf, go for a relatively safe Trick Room, and then just continue my sweep with like Eruption Torkoal. That's one of the things I like about these like Sunroom teams. There's so much like versatility. You have to respect Trick Room. This one we have Haze, we have Tailwind on the Murkrow, we have different speed tiers changing through things like Chlorophyll and Protosynthesis, so bunch of cool stuff, and hopefully we win this one. I can't wait to actually go in and fix a bunch of these teams' EVs and move it around. I think this team has the potential to be really, really good. So, Ape and the Moth. Now, Annihilate can be a couple different sets. It can be the Defiant, or it can be Vital Spirit. Note that this guy wanted to use the Moth first, and it's going to be Quark Drive there. I think, so that, like, we see the Moth on our right? But it's on their left. They actually picked that Moth first. So whatever board state we had, oh, not that button. Whatever board state we had potentially, they knew they wanted Moth against it. So that's just one thing to note. So whatever we're going to be doing, we have to really, really respect that Moth. I think what I'm actually going to do is just Sleep Powder the Moth and go for Protect Torkoal. We've done this like 3 or 4 times. It's really, really safe. And then next, so we get to, this also lets us see like what their potential Terastallize is. And like Grass Tera here. Fire Tera, cool. Hey, that's completely fine with me. They don't want to get O-code by Eruption. And we don't have to use Eruption. We just gotta hit a Sleep Powder. And then we just gotta hit another one. I'm thinking they're Defiant, otherwise an Ape would have been on the first slot. That's kind of my thought process here. Ape would have been the first thing they selected if it had Vital Spirit. They kind of just also wanted Ape. They knew they wanted Moth, and then they're like, Ape's a good secondary to this. That's why it's... I really think it's a Scarfape, right? I think Rock Slide's definitely like a Scarfape type thing. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder into it. And we're going to hope that we get more than a 1-turn sleep into that Moth over there and go for an Earth Power. Oh, is it Vital? No, we don't even know. The world may never know. Moth is still asleep though. And let's see if he's Rock Sliding. Okay, so get the flinch. Earth Power, nice! Moth down. So even being unlucky, we're still good. And it's totally Scarfape, by the way. Totally Scarfape, which means we're like very low-key fine doing whatever we want. We can just go even after you, like, Flamethrower into another mon, or even just, like, Earth Power into the Ape, plus, like, a Sleep Powder or something else is probably also a safe play. Tinkaton. Okay. Fake out Lilligant Rock Slide would get the KO. I'm going to swap in the Farigiraf and just go for a Flamethrower into that spot then. Hopefully I don't get flinched. And then we should be able to do a really good job against the... I mean flinch by Rock Slide. Hopefully we do a good job against the Annihilate in the back. There's Fake Out, blocking it up. Who are you going into? Farigiraf slot. Rock Slide again. No flinch from this, please. Torkoal just holding on. Oh, unlucky, bro. Unlucky me. That really, really sucks. That's just the worst. Still, though, we're probably fine. That sucks. That Tinkaton was donezoed. Gigaton Hammer. Ooh. No flinch. Just let me take out this Tinkaton, because that's like the last thing stopping us from being able to use, what is it? The rest of our team. From the letting us use our Flutter. There we go. Big damage. Let's see if you're vested. You're something. You're donezoed. Alright, so let's actually think the right play here, I would say, is Flutter. And you don't necessarily need the Lilligant at this point. I think Flutter's just a solid play, and we just delete something on the other side. Forgeous. That's weird. And so what we need to be doing in these exact situations, I think, is elongating the amount of time that they have to go for AoE attacks with that Rock Slide. I think we can very easily ignore the 8. Right? But let's think about what I want to do here. I think we definitely are going to Trastalize, but I wonder if I should be using Moonblast or Shadow Balls. Because I have to lock into this move forever, right? So I can do a lot of different things. I'm going to go Moonblast into this and just go Protect here. I don't want to, like, activate that Defiant, though, with Moon, because I'm going to eventually have to Moonblast that ape out. So we'll see how this works. And we're going to see them be faster than me here, because they have the Scarf Ape. So I hope I don't get flinched, right? They should be faster than me if they're made correctly, right? Oh, we're not. Are they just actually clicking Rock Slide and not Scarf? That'd be nuts. Oh my gosh, that damage, dude! I did not think I was going to one-shot that. That thing is like 147 base Spadef. It's not Scarfed! He'd just been bluffing it the whole time. That's fine. I mean, I never hit it, right? Hey, we take those. Sunlight Fades. That's going to be okay. Or is it? Let me actually think about this. If I switch back in Lilligant, I can come back out and lock myself in a Shadow Ball. Yeah, I like that play. Fodder Lilligant. Go for like maybe a free Earth Power, and then come back in and lock in Shadow Ball. And if they want to read this and go after Torkoal, that should also be fine, because then we come in and we're potentially, well, we're going to be faster than them because they're not Scarfed, and we get to go for one more Sleep Powder if we can. And if you go, oh, Rock Slide, good play, good play. They miss on Torkoal? Oh my goodness. Finally, Torkoal busted. Torkoal busted. EP, baby! Big damage. It's a policy? Left Earth. Okay, I was gonna be like, bro, no way. Alright, so let's actually think about what we want to do here then, because like, this is also... One of these can protect. I'm gonna try and weave in the Sleep Powder and see what they have. Just to let the Lilligant go down. It's fine. Because we never saw if it was Bottle Spirit or Defiant. I'm assuming it is Defiant, judging by how they've been playing it. Nice. So they have to be asleep this turn. And next turn, we'll probably just go for, like, after you Earth Power into, hopefully we get more than one turn. Sleep into a second after you Earth Power. You can get the 2 leftover sticks, we probably have it. And even if we don't, we're putting them within range for us to KO with Lilligant. It's weird how they just have Rock Slide and played it at a speed tier that made me really, really think they were Scarfed. It's just so crazy. I don't think there were any other tells that it wasn't Scarfed. Until like the mid game, you know, when my Flutter main outsped it. But we do outspeed. We're 90 base speed. Maybe we're speed tying the Annihilate, but like, you know, we're doing our absolute best. I don't think people are using full speed Ape that aren't Scarfed. So they could wake up this turn, but Flutter would have it. You know, we unlucky, bro. Dude, you're almost out of Rock Slides. And he already Terra'd, so we can't go like normal Tera. He has lefties, so we can't go Quick Claw. Flutter main is going to be able to seal up this deal. Yeah, this is just a fun team. I think Lilycole is still really, really fun. And being able to have like Protect as an option on your Torkoal, you can see, makes this team have so many more options than just the standard specs Torkoal. That's one of the things I really liked about using like a Life Orb Torkoal set when I went to Knoxville. Like there's so many different little micro flowcharts you can go through. Being able to like play super greedy, which I think this team's very, very good at. So Shadow Ball comes in here. And we should be able to get the KO. Absolutely massive KO. Specs Flutter, picking up those wins. And so what we're going to do next is take a look at the rental code one more time. Again, you guys can totally use this rental. It's a good rental, ain't nothing wrong with it, but we're going to be fixing up some things I think the team can do just a little bit better to make it the best Sunroom team it can possibly be for Regulation C. Alright, so those were the games. I think this team plays very well. I think that the Lilycole is great. We did realize that the Torkoal, if we take a look at the Pokepaste over here, it actually is a 0 IV speed Torkoal after checking out in the game, and I think that's correct. I think it should be a 0 IV speed Torkoal on this team. Being able to like weave in those trick rooms to be able to underspeed things, you actually are going to go into a trick room mode even though you have imprisoned your Farigiraf. I think Lilligant's also about as good as you're going to get. These two Pokemon are basically perfect. I feel like Glimmora can be slightly optimized. I feel like Murkrow is actually not required for this team. I think I talked about it a little bit beginning of this video where what are you hazing? That's the thing, is every single move that you have, you want to be very deliberate with the actual reasons why you have these moves. Is Haze just there for Dozo realistically? Because if it is, like we already saw, Glimmora can take out Dozo. Fluttermane does a good job about dealing some damage if he gets some crits, but yeah, even Lilligant's great versus Dozo because it forces them to go Grass Tera, and if they're going Grass Tera and hitting the Lilligant, well, they're opening themselves up to the Torkoal, which can just come with Flamethrowers or Eruptions and just melt them. So I don't even think you need the Murkrow, and if it were me, I would think about cutting this spot for something that would let us switch in on ground attacks. We're weak to ground, this thing's weak to everything physical, which are ground attacks. So that's what I would cut the Glimmora for something like that. And yes, Murkrow could switch in on ground attacks too, but Murkrow doesn't really bring a lot to the table. Yes, we have Tailwind, but you could see how, like, for example, the Pokemon that I'm going to recommend here is Dragonite. Dragonite is just a very, very good mon in pretty much every single core right now. It can be spliced onto anything. It's still potentially that Tailwind setter. You just have to play one turn a little bit patiently. And I really like Dragonite Glimmora leads. I really, really like, because if you want to overgo into the Dragonite, Glimmora gets to go for multiple attacks. If you want to go, and then if they take out any of these, you come out big with that Fluttermane in the back, or even the Farigiraf, which has like a good speed investment to be able to solidify the game. So I think Dragonite could be a very, very good mon on this team. Again, I'm a big fan of this Multiscale set right now, and we can put like a Lum Berry on it. The set that I highly recommend is something like Tailwind here. Tailwind's great, and against other Flutters, I'm a big fan of Ironhead. So Ironhead right there. You've seen me use this set before. Ice Spinner to be able to help deal with other terrains, plus like a Moongus and stuff like that. And on this last spot, you can just go E-Speed, right? So it lets you play the game, and it gives you so many more options. Another thing as well, like this team didn't have like any physical options, and now they have to respect something, right? They have to respect something, and I would say Dragonite's just a better Pokemon than Murkrow is on this team. From there, I would say my EV spread, I'd want to be outspeeding Pult at +2 from our Tailwind, so that's going to look something like 60 speed creeps up by an extra level, so 60 over 52 is going to be great. You need 212 here to make sure you're carrying most bulky Fluttermane sets, and then from there you can go with like a 4-4, put the rest in HP. It's going to be very standard. Usually you want to put those points in HP first if you can, especially on something like Dragonite, which has great natural bulk with a pretty good HP too. Dragonite just is like the total package for this format, one of the best Pokemon, and I would highly recommend using a set like this in your own games. Just be able to bait things like Arcanines for going for Wisps that waste their time, and you can just super punish them, get up your Tailwinds, and allow things like Glimmora, Fluttermane, and Farigiraf to still function correctly. Because I feel it's like with Murkrow, you get up your Tailwind, you'd lose your Murkrow, and then they would just protect or cycle out and wait at your Tailwinds, and you would just lose the game. This is going to be much better. If you still wanted to keep the Murkrow, we'd have to cut a couple other things to actually make Murkrow worth keeping, and I think the Dragonite is just a really good splashable option here. That being said, the Fluttermane, I think Shadow Ball is great. I think Dazzling Gleam is great, so is Moonblast. I'm not a big fan of the Mystical Fire, but I understand that it's here for King Gambit. What I'm trying to tell you though is, like, realistically, like the Specs Moonblast, like all in play from like a Torkoal switch in is still actually enough to take out most King Gambit sets. So you actually don't need one of these. You don't need one of these. Sorry, you don't need the Mystical Fire. You want to keep both those, and I would put Power Gem here. Power Gem here is absolutely amazing. You tear through Arcanines, you tear through so many things in this meta. You should tear through Xianpaos, you tear through Gyarados. There's so many things to take that big damage from Power Gem. Tear through Chi-Yus. Are you starting to see the value in Power Gem? I love it right here. I like that you also went 181 to outspeed things like Lycan Rocks and stuff like that. 204 is a great speed stat. The rest of these points, I think, in your official submission post, you said that your Fluttermane was made to live through Sucker Punch from Xianpaos. It's great. Not that you should be taking Sucker Punches anymore because you have a Farigiraf, but when it's not on the board, this lets you live it, and that's great. I think this is a good enough set. It has enough special attack, it has enough speed, it's functioning correctly, and it photosynthesizes into special attack, which is what you want for this team. The Glimmora, though, I think has a little bit too much speed investment, and I'll show you why I think that. So let's plug in Glimmora here, and let's show a Chi-Yu, right? Chi-Yu. Alright, so right here, I would say Chi-Yu's the Pokemon you kind of want to outspeed Glimmora with, or Glimmora wants to outspeed because, well, you want to power gem the crap out of it, right? So let's plug in like a full 252 plus 1, it's like a Choice Scarf Chi-Yu, and your Glimmora set has 164 right here. 127, and then let's give us a Tailwind. So I would say you want to outspeed Chi-Yu when you have a Tailwind up, and if we were to make it like a timid Chi-Yu, right, we still outspeed it, but it's by a little bit too much. 156 is still enough to outspeed that, so it's not that much more optimal, but you don't need those last little bit. And if you want to say like I'm trying to outspeed like Garchomp, or I'm trying to outspeed, there's no 101s. I think a Garchomp 102. Garchomp wouldn't be Scarf Chomp timid either. So it's like if like let's say we're like a 102 over here. It's not outspeeding a Scarf full speed Chomp, but like that's just not. I don't think it's worth outspeeding because you can always just Grass Tera away from that, right? So I don't think that's really common enough. And also like so when Garchomps also go Scarf, they usually go Adamant. So you don't need to outspeed a full speed Scarf Chomp, which means you can make this a 156. Which also it doesn't really seem like a lot, but like you have great natural bulk similar to Dragonite on both of these stats, and so being able to put just like even 8 more points in here, that's great. We take those all the way to the bank. Slight optimizations like this are my favorite thing about finding out teams, and you know, it may not seem like a lot, but I feel like it's whenever you live at 1, think of me, right? That's all I ask. I don't think you need to put the rest in special attack. This is fine. Good job cutting up both those. Good Tera, good typing, just great mon overall. I really like the coverage on this. It's great. These two were good. Now Farigiraf is going to be weird. Farigiraf, right? I want the Farigiraf to outspeed Pult when we have the Tailwind up, but realistically, I think you'd be so much more valuable by making this a pivot for a bunch of different other mons. So like my set that I would recommend on a mon like this, I think it doesn't need to be orbed. I think you should be Citrus, and you should use this to enable a Trick Room mode. I think that's the whole value of this Pokemon. It's a good set here. What I would also do is I would realistically make this Shadow Ball. I've recommended this a couple times because this lets us imprison other Flutter mains and basically just takes them out of the game. We don't need to go super hard into Hyper Voice. We don't need to go super hard into anything. We use this to imprison the moves we don't want to fight against. And then from there, we don't need to go heavy into HP. We also don't need to go heavy into special attack either. This may sound like really, really weird, but you don't need to go like that hard into anything. This is going to double into a 160. We want to actually double into an 84, so that's going to be 28 points. This is going to double to 168 to outspeed Chi-Yu if we did get a Tailwind up, but still relatively underspeed everything else. And then from there, if we go heavy investment, I'm talking like 252 plus into Spadef, we can use this as a pivot. And that's the one thing this team doesn't have is very good pivots. It makes Glimmora have to do 90% of the pivoting, and Glimmora has big weaknesses to a lot of shared types on this team, so we can't really pivot out Glimmora for Flutter to block a Steel attack, but we can definitely pivot it out for a Farigiraf to block that Steel attack, or same thing goes for like a ground attack or something like that, or even like a ghost attack or something like something else, like a Make It Rain. Like Farigiraf is the Pokemon we pivot in with this. We also don't need to go heavy into HP. I'd say about 100 points is fine in HP. And then, because like you don't want to get too big of diminishing returns here, because this is going to double into, well, you're going to see after we put the rest in here, we can go 4 and like a 124 here, right? So it's going to go 112, sorry, 212 a double, because remember, you don't want your respective HP to be more than double your respective defenses. And so just make sure this is being used in the right way. Yep. So the fact that this 106 would double into a 212, which is higher than the 208, means we're really, really bulky, and we're going to be able to Citrus Berry so well. And so this thing's going to stick on the board and be just a thorn in their sides, and all these passive abilities, all the Ruin Mons, all the Friend Guards, all these Armor Tails, being able to increase the amount of duration these abilities are on the board is what's going to lead to these Pokemon sticking around long enough to actually have an impact in the game. And then the last thing is you don't really need normal Tera here. I think you could go Grass Tera if you really wanted to, but Fairy Tera is very good because what's this thing weak against? Bug? Dark? Fairy Tera blocks both those, and you like low-key can block Dragon moves as well if you have to. Like against Dragapult, this is really, really good. So like against Dragapult, what I would do almost every single time, if you're fighting against that Justin Tang first place Knoxville regional team, or sorry, Fort Wayne regional, you can lead Torkoal, Farigiraf, and you can go Protect Torkoal, Fairy Tera, Trick Room, and they can't do anything. They can't do anything. Palafin didn't do anything. Shenpao doesn't have Taunt on that set. Dragapult could go the darts, but you're a Fairymon, and then you just get the Trick Room up, and then you just go Dazzling Eruption, and the game's over. What are they going to do, bring in on Moongus? Like, you win that game very, very easy. So it's giving you 100% win chances against those very popular teams right now. So those are the changes I would make. And let's go play a couple games on the ladder on Showdown and see if we can keep up the win streak. All right, here we go. So we see the Amoonguss, we see the Ting-Lu, we see a little bit of Bundle Flutter as well with Talonflame. So in this situation, Amoonguss is a little bit of an issue, but I think we should respect it. I think something like Lilycole is still very good here. I know a lot of people are like, you fix this team, use it, but you just keep going Lilycole. And that's because Lilycole is just really good right now. Lilycole is good against almost all of the Ruin Mons. It's not really afraid of Amoonguss. It forces things like Annihilate to have the right abilities. And remember, the order that they send their Mons out are going to be the order that they lock them in. And most people just go on autopilot and say like, okay, my Vital Spirit Annihilate needs to be first because that's the thing that stops Lily again. So they would select that first. So we can actually super punish that by knowing what those are and then taking advantage and targeting other Mons instead. That being said here also, we don't need to bring Glimmora as much because they have the Amoonguss to switch in. So something like Flutter is good here. And I think having Dragonite as a switch in for Ting-Lu is very, very nice. I think Dragonite also having Iron Head for that Flutter is very good. With E-Speeds, if we need it, very, very solid. We should be blocking a lot of what they're trying to bring here. And this just looks good. What are they going to do? Brave Bird? Are they going to Brave Bird my Lilligant? Like, are they going to Final Gambit my Torkoal? Like, what is the play here? I don't think there's an issue. Like, if they wanted to go Tailwind, like, how much do we care? Let's just go for a Protect Eruption, and the next turn we outspeed their Talonflame and can just go for a Sleep Powder into it. Protect Talonflame? Okay. Everyone protects! Holy moly! Okay. Hey, that's going to be... They're trying to scout if we brought in the Farigiraf, right? So we didn't, but let's see. What do we want to go with here? That's a good play from them. That was a good Protect. I think I'm just going to do this again. Like, what are you going to do? That's the thing. It's like, you can totally go Fire Tera. I'm forcing you to do this. That Sash broke. This means no Tailwind right now. We missed the Sleep Powder. Unlucky. Bulk Up. Okay, so we got another shot. Lilligant still outspeed your Talonflame, so, like, we can just go after you here. Unless you have Faint, which you should have Faint. Faint's a really, really good move. We can just go for Sleep Powder here, though. And I think that you can just protect Torkoal here. Because I'd like to get that off. There we go. And even if you get the Tailwind up, I still think we're good. Brave Bird, hey, that's totally, totally fine. We bring out something like Flutter, which wouldn't... Actually, we can bring out Dragonite. Dragonite's fine. Because we want to be able to E-Speed to stop Tailwinds, right? So this is where Dragonite's sick. We just go E-Speed right there. And we just go Earth Power into that. So good stuff so far. They can totally protect the Ape. Sorry, they can protect the Talonflame. Looks like they're not. E-Speed takes it out. Is it a crit here? Survey says, give me that crit. Big damage. Big, big damage. So we have 42%. They're at 46. Next turn, an E-Speed plus and Earth Power will be able to take that guy out. There's the Amoonguss, but like, I think we're in a good enough spot. So we're going to Tailwind to make our Torkoal faster than an Amoonguss is. And just go like that. Wake up, protect. Good play from them, by the way. Rage Powder. Protect Rage Powder. I don't know what that one, Chief. But bam, look at that damage. Easy peasy out here. So you see the value in being able to weave these in. See the value Dragonite brings to the table. Murkrow wouldn't have done any of this stuff. Murkrow ain't nothing. Alright, so let's think about what we need to do here. We got the Fire Tera over there. And we got the Ting-Lu. Ting-Lu shouldn't really have that good of a match versus Dragonite at all. There's nothing really wrong with going... I don't think there's anything wrong with going E-Speed into that and just dropping a Protect right now. Just to see, because like their only way to come back here is the Drain Punch stuff. Right, so let's get some damage there. There's the Drain Punch. We're not letting that happen. Next time we're going to pivot in the Flutter. The Fissure fail. Wow. Well, it's not fail, like we protected. And then in this situation, like, they could protect. We need to keep them at a certain speed tier. I'm going to go for an Ice Spinner there and just pivot in the Flutter and then just go Dazzling Gleam to finish it out. There's the Protect. See, we don't need it. We don't even need to do anything there. Stomping Tantrum. Good play. I think we just double into the Ting-Lu and get it off the board because we're faster there and they shouldn't have Protect. Yeah, that's fine. We have the right tools here, I think. I'm thinking if we just want to Shadow Ball that, though. No, we have Power Gem. Duh. We have Power Gem. Ice Spinner there. Power Gem should still get that KO. Realistically, we're going to go like this. And double into that, just in case we need like the smallest little bit of health. Just in case, because it would double up. It would force them to double Protect, right? But I wanted to make sure we took that out. Stomping Tantrum is absolutely fine here. Let's bring out the boy. And you can see how Dragonite, such a big change. So impactful. And we take those. all the way to the bank, winning those games easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, we see a little bit of Dozo Tatsu into the Armouge. Another matchup where Dragonite's just like really, really good being able to take away the terrains from those. I think there's nothing really wrong with Dragonite here. Dragonite is good at just being super safe versus a lot of this stuff. And then we want to bring, I'd bring Flutter here with something like Glimmora in the back. And then I don't know if we need the Farigiraf here. I don't think there's actually just an issue with bringing just Lilligant here, actually. Sash is a pretty good item. Sash is a pretty good item. So let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, we got another follow. Another reason you guys can just follow the channel. People reminding people to follow. So in this situation, I think it's a really, really good play to just go with an Ice Spinner to break the terrain, go right into that indie slot, and then I think there's nothing wrong with actually going big into like a D-Gleam here. But realistically, if we take away its terrain and D-Gleam, I think that's fine. You can get up a Trick Room, but then like I don't know if we need to Terrastalize. I don't think we do. I think we just save it just a little bit. Yeah. Dazzling Gleam's fine here. Steel Tera! Holy moly, what is that? What is that garbage? Oh my gosh, it's, is it Scarfed? It's big fast. Big fast. Dazzling Gleam breaks our Multiscale. It's no big deal. I think this will be fine. 126 versus 108. So let's think about how we're going to deal with this. That's crazy, bro. Boy, that's just crazy. E-Speed might take it out, so 39% right there. If we go normal Tera, I mean, Ice Spin, we should be able to take it out right there. And then, like, realistically, this probably takes that guy out. Okay. Flash Cannon. Oh, we outspeed, take it out. Oh, easy peasy. Yeah, because it's a full speed Armouge. It's a full speed Armouge. They tried to wake up, choose the violence out here. They got the Dozo, Masquerada. Oh, where's the Tatsu, dude? Dude, where's Tatsu? I ain't never even seen Tatsu out here. We're just gonna go E-Speed into Masquerada, and we don't need to do anything, realistically. I mean, if that's the case, realistically, we can just go Tailwind here, and just Sludge Bomb the Masquerada. Protect, yeah, because we don't want to go double into that slot. Next turn we can. We get the free Tailwind out of it. You can yawn something if you want. Rock Slide! Oh my gosh. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. What a weird game. We're going to double up into this Masquerada. We're E-Speeding so we don't get Sucker Punched there. And we'll just go for a Sludge Bomb in that situation. Just make sure we finish it out. E-Speed plus, yeah, this would definitely get the KO. And even if they have like Earthquake or something weird, yeah, it doesn't even matter because we're Grass Tera here. Rock Slide, they miss on the Glimmora. Hey, man, Dragonite's putting in that work. What can I say? Dragonite putting in that big, big work. We take out this Dozo next. I feel so bad for the Dozo. Ain't got no Tatsu. No Tatsu. And we'll take those wins all the way to the bank. I think this Dragonite is a great change. I think having things like Power Gem is a great change on the Flutter. Farigiraf, I think, is a lot more defensive oriented, so we can actually use it as a switch in Mon. But that being said, this original submitted rental code is actually still very good. If you want to play like standard Sunroom with a little bit more aggressive Farigiraf, I think it works. I think Murkrow is a very safe pick, but I'm trying to say like Dragonite can be even safer and give you a much wider variety of, you know, potential situations to actually help you close out games. So if you're playing this rental code and you're not being able to close out games correctly, maybe think about trying this Dragonite set. It's super, super nice. And last but not least, think about checking out the Patreon. Think about sending me your teams. We're working on literally all of these this month. I'm doing 2 or 3 of these a day. I'm posting them all up on YouTube, and I'm trying my very best to help as many people as possible. So if you guys like this content, you want to see more, think about it, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to answer the question of the day. Let me know how you did in the IC. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to play in it. I didn't finish my team in time, but I want to hear how everyone else did, and that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.